If I can, I have the time. I will post it to YouTube. Acha ji, so let's start our discussion of today's topic. Uh, we discussed gatekeeping theory and also another theory in the class at morning. Now, let me tell you, uh, we also have another theory known as spiral of silence. Spiral of silence, as its name suggests. So basically, it is related to a theory which also explains how opinion is formed in society, the dominant opinion. So this theory says that there is a spiral in which the minority opinion comes down. For example, there are some people in a group or in any situation who don't want to express their opinion due to the fear of isolation. So what they do, they they remain they prefer to remain silent while others they express their opinion. So there this the people who fear isolation they file silent because they think that their opinion is minority opinion. That's why they don't express it openly the way the majority opinion is expressed in society. So in this way, the opinion is formed uh, as a result of those people expressing their opinion on any issue. Okay? So this theory was presented by German political scientist Neville Neumann. And Neville Neumann, she was a German political scientist, and she presented this theory as you as you see on the screen. She presented in 1974. So she said that sometimes some people she conducted some research and she concluded that some people don't express their opinion because they fear isolation and they think that their opinion is minor opinion while most of the other people in any situation they are expressing some other opinion different opinion. So for example, if I I see that my opinion is a minor opinion, so I fall silent and the others start expressing their opinion. So that people who express those people expressing opinion, they ultimately form the dominant opinion which surfaces in society. And sometimes you also see that opinion in the media. And now there is another paradox. You can say media is part of society. So sometimes media forms is also a fact. If there is some agenda and media works on that, you can say that media uh, forms opinion by highlighting an issue in a particular way to give it a particular angle, and in that favor the opinion is formed, right? Sometimes you see because media is part of the social whole or society, so most of the time you also see that the media highlights the opinion of majority people. So what most of the people are discussing, the media picks that issue and gives it coverage and highlights that issue or that opinion. Also, sometimes you see there are trends on Twitter, famous trends that are having thousands of hundreds of thousands of retweets and uh, so when there is a famous trend sometimes and media notices it, the traditional media, I'm referring to traditional media. By traditional media, I mean television, radio, newspapers, right? So before the media, before the emergence of the internet, that was traditional media, and after the traditional media came the internet. When the internet emerged, so the digital media uh, surfaced. digital media, internet, new media, and digital and communication technologies. Because uh, so sometimes the media, if there is not an issue is not being highlighted in the media, so people what they do, they turn to Facebook, they turn to Twitter, they started uploading the videos and photos and text material. So sometimes media is compelled to cover an issue, or you can say media sometimes the media notices that thing from the trends on the social media and picks it and gives it coverage. Traditional media, television channels, radio, newspapers. So it's affect sometimes media forms opinions strategy. Sometimes even and most of the time media has to report what it sees, it notices in society, right? Because media is what people are saying, believing, thinking. What are the dominant trends, the dominant issue in society that people are discussing, that most of the people are getting affected from. So this part of science theory. Spiral of science theory, it means that there is a downward spiral in which the minority opinion comes down because some people they fear isolation, so they don't openly express their opinion because they think that their opinion is minority opinion. Right? Uh, and who presented it? I told you, a German political scientist, Neil Neumann, presented this theory in 1974. And yes, there is also some critique on it. For example, sometimes you see that there is a single person in a group who is having some kind of minority opinion, but still he is, trying to, he's vocal. He or she is vocal. He or she may be a single person in the entire group, but still he or she tries to, they express their opinion. So there are some people who are vocal. So, or for example, there are some people who who don't feel any shame in expressing things. So necessarily doesn't mean that in all the situations the 100% this theory is applicable. Yes, there are situations when you can challenge this theory because later scholars emerge. They question this theory that yes, it's okay. It is a fact. As a human being, I also feel this. Sometimes I also sometimes fall silent in such a situation where I see that my opinion may be minority opinion, but still some scholars emerged and they questioned this theory that yes, there are some people sometimes they don't care about anything, they don't feel any shame in expressing their opinion, and they just try to say anything on any topic. Or sometimes people who are vocal. So if even if they are single, there's one person, he or she doesn't care, and he or she express their opinion. There are some situations like this. Culture also matters. Culture. Maybe there are some situations where culture plays a role. For example, in some situations, maybe uh, most of the time you also see here in our setup that we, in our society, there are issues where women remain silent and men speak on those issues, right? Yeah, or there may be other examples. So there's also a fact that such things also matter. Uh, these are the question marks hanging over this theory, particular this theory, spiral science. Again, I'm telling you the thing that I told you in the morning during the class that critique is done on, it can be done on anything, right? Critique can be done on anything, uh, but critique doesn't mean that a theory is useless. No, because we are, a famous saying, we are standing on the shoulders of the giants. Those scholars who already have presented this theory, uh, we are critiquing. The later scholars critique this because of this theory that it was presented in 1974. So every theory can be critiqued, keeping in view the situation. contemporary situation or any uh, thing can be critiqued. So this is the spiral of silence theory. Hope it's clear. If anybody has any question, they can unmute the mic and drop the question. Is it clear? Okay. So I hope it is clear.